Breaking news, friends. The most sweeping immigration reform was just announced by President Biden through executive action. This is not action through Congress. This is not a change in the Immigration and Nationality Act. This is a presidential action through an executive order where President Biden is giving deportation protection and legal status to undocumented spouses of U.S. citizens and children of U.S. citizens. What this means is that through this executive order that was signed today, June 18, 2024, if you are the child of a U.S. citizen who is undocumented, the spouse of a U.S. citizen that is undocumented, and you have been living in the United States for 10 years as of June 17, 2024, you may be eligible to gain legal status in the United States without having to depart the United States. Let's get into this executive action. What is it going to do? One, it's going to provide deportation protection against children and spouses of U.S. citizens who have been living in the United States for 10 years. Two, it's going to give these spouses and children of U.S. citizens a green card or permanent resident status in the U.S. While they're waiting on that green card, they are eligible to apply for a work permit. Okay, how does this work? Currently, if you are the spouse or child of a U.S. citizen and you entered legally, meaning with a valid visa and a passport, you can apply to get your residency here in the United States. However, if you are the spouse or a child of a U.S. citizen and you entered illegally, you are not eligible to get your legal status here in the United States. You would have to, under current law, file a waiver. If that waiver is approved, depart the U.S., re-enter the U.S. legally, and then you will get your permanent residency or green card. Today, President Biden changed all of that. If you are the spouse and a child of a U.S. citizen who have been living in the U.S. for 10 years, you are now eligible through this executive order to apply for your residency in the United States, and you no longer will have to depart the United States in order to get your residency. And this is through a concept called parole in place, where you can parole or change your status in the United States without having to leave the United States. So let's get through what the requirements. How can you qualify? One, I said it a few times, the child or spouse of the U.S. citizen must have resided in the U.S. for 10 years as of June 17, 2024. You must physically have been present in the United States as of June 17, 2024. You must legally be married to a U.S. citizen as of June 17, 2024. You must have entered the United States without admission, meaning without legal documentation, and without parole. So if you were paroled into the United States, you're not eligible for this benefit. Your entry must have been illegal, undocumented, okay? And you currently have to hold no other non-immigrant status, okay? There will be background checks done through this process, so you must not have been convicted of any crimes that would disqualify you from getting your residency, okay? So you must pass the background check. What should we expect from this point on? Most likely, Republicans will challenge this action by President Biden, and you will see this action, this executive order being challenged in the court. If this executive order is challenged in the court and there is an injunction placed on it, then legally the U.S. government cannot apply this benefit. So we have to keep an eye out if this executive order will be challenged by Republicans in the courts. If it is challenged and if there's an injunction and there's a stay put on it, then it cannot be implemented until the courts look at it and can properly determine that President Biden was authorized in making this executive order. This is the same type of executive order that President Obama actually implemented about 12 years ago with the DACA, okay? And on note of the DACA, the second action that President Biden took today was regarding DACA and Dreamers. So if you are a DACA recipient, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or you are a Dreamer, a young immigrant that entered the United States, and this is the only country you've lived in and known, and this is home, President Biden today, through this executive order, is also going to enable certain type of employment type visas to be available to DACA and Dreamers. So right now, DACA recipients can only work, and there's no path to get legal residency. However, through this executive order, there may be a path through applying for employment-based visas for DACA recipients to have a more permanent status in the United States through employment-based, okay? So what can we expect? This was just an announcement today, June 18th. There have not been any forms or application process put in place. We could expect to see that in the late summer, maybe in July or August. So stay tuned to all of our social media so you can, as soon as the forms are released and the actual application process is put in place with USCIS, we at the Immigration Law Office of Gail Seeram can help you with this new action that will help children and spouses of U.S. citizens remain together and will keep families together and give people an opportunity to contribute to the American economy. I am Immigration Attorney Gail Seeram, been practicing immigration law for 25 years, and we will be more than happy to help you. Text our office at 407-292-7730. Go to our website, GailLaw.com. Book your online appointments to have a free phone consultation with our office. Also, we're on WhatsApp. We have clients all over the world that communicate with us on WhatsApp. Give us a call or chat with us on WhatsApp at 407-353-1363. We'd be more than happy to help you. Thank you.